There's a game which we are constantly playing with the devil, and the game is one of distraction. The devil tries to distract us with a thought, with a desire. In the Bhagavad Gita, the most sacred scripture of the Hindus, it is said that the turbulent senses can carry away the mind of even the striving person of wisdom. Senses meaning desires, desires meaning thoughts, thoughts based on desires, decisions, intentions. Getting identified as one of those carries the mind away like a storm carries away a boat from the shore. And then you have to come back. It's not really a problem per se, because the real reality is that even when the mind is far, you have stayed in exactly the same place. That said, for the seeker, the game is, can you remain untempted, undistracted by the various desires and thoughts that want to take your attention and draw it away? Now, why is that a bad thing? The reason it's a bad thing is because it is only when the mind is relaxed and calm that the self shines in perfect peace, in perfect bliss. When the mind is disturbed, that peace and bliss appears temporarily hidden. Actually, that peace and bliss is never really hidden, is the truth of the matter. But to the seeker, it appears temporarily hidden. So the game is, can one stay in the peace of effortlessness, being unlured by all the various possible things to which one could devote one's attention, right? Can you simply not go after them, not grasp them, not follow the decisions or the thoughts, any of them, but simply stay where you are, utterly unbound? There's a great story in Greek mythology of Odysseus, a Greek hero, who on his way back from Troy encounters many monsters and has many adventures. And one of them is the sirens. So the sirens sing a beautiful song, but anyone who hears them has the uncontrollable urge to swim towards them, and then they're devoured by the sirens. Now, Odysseus wanted to hear the siren song, but he didn't want to be devoured. So he told his sailors to tie him up, to stuff their ears so they couldn't hear the song, but to tie him up and allow him to hear, but under no condition, no matter how much he begged or pleaded or ordered them, to allow him to be unbound. So in a way, his binding himself allowed him to hear the music of the sirens without swimming out towards it, without the mind essentially going towards it. It's a very similar situation in a way with practice. Practice, in a way, is that rope that binds you so that you may actually be unbound. It binds you to the self so that you don't put on these other chains. And when you have remained in that quietness, you may eventually realize that there's nothing other than that quietness to be distracted from. Even the very notion that there is something that could distract you is itself a distraction. And yet every time these distractions arise, we must nevertheless return. And so every moment that we do this, we can be re-enlightened. We re-see the truth. The truth that the truth is not something that can be seen or re-seen. There is in Zen or Buddhism, idea of a gateless gate. The enlightened person travels this gateless gate infinite times, over and over and over again. Every time a thought arises, one travels back through that gateless gate to see that it never arose.